Sir, do you know why I pulled you over?
Speeding?
No, it's because your intro sucks. Please step out onto the curbside.
Hey everyone, welcome to another week of the Curbside Podcast, the podcast where we talk about cars and everything to do with cars. My name is Jeff. I drive a 2004 Honda S2000, and I am your Taiwanese-American Southern Californian.
What's up? I'm back, everybody. Sorry about last week. My name's Parth. There are 2016 M3 in NorCal representing up here.
And I'm Andrew. I drive a 2015 Subaru BRZ, also up in the Bay Area.
Yay. We're all here this week.
Yeah.
Perfect attendance this week.
Yeah. I think Jeffrey's the only one that hasn't missed one. So,
Perfect
yeah.
attendance award.
Perfect attendance
I should
award,
take a week off.
Yeah.
Or do I get like free in and out at the end of the year?
All right.
Good times.
We'll make that happen. That's fair. Free in and out.
All right. Since we're all here, though, this week, let's start off talking about a topic that's gonna let's just have our blood boil for the first half of the show.
Hell,
let's just get
down.
angry, all right? Because this week, what I want to talk about is driving habits we hate.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, it's going to be a long one.
There's going to be a lot
Those
of
lovely
angry
moments on the road that just, when you get home, you just want to punch a wall. Or your car, or someone else's car.
Definitely someone else's car.
Someone else's face.
Yeah.
So I'll start off with mine. Mine's simple and kind of practical. People not knowing how to use a zipper lane.
For those of us less educated, can you explain what a zipper lane is?
When you merge onto, let's say, a highway or a street or whatnot, basically when your two lanes become one.
Okay.
The reason why it's called a zipper lane is because it's supposed to work like a zipper. One car after another. One car from one lane goes, one car from the other lane goes. And if people understand this, a good amount of traffic would not be happening. But no, a lot of people are like, no, I'm going to speed up and try to fill the gap so I won't let the people in. And then they just end up braking, and then other people brake, and then the cars behind you brake. And then you have LA congestion.
Yeah, and then you have backup on the I-5 from San Diego to Bakersfield.
Exactly. If people just knew how this worked, if people were like, okay, I'll go, then he go, I go, he go, then this would not be a problem.
But the thing is, it's kind of the American government's fault. If they know people are stupid, why do they even design that shit?
It works everywhere else, I feel like.
Not in this country, especially this state.
There needs to be maybe a door or a little catapult thing on, in the ping pong ball machines.
Yeah.
Goes behind one car and it's like, your turn, whoosh, shoots him out.
Or just make every road in this state 5 lanes.
No, because
No,
everyone
it
will
doesn't
just be
help.
like, it doesn't help. Have you seen the roads? They could be 8 lanes wide.
That's true.
And you'll still have,
Yeah.
no matter how many lanes we have here in California, we will always have traffic.
Yeah.
Because at that point, people are like, oh, I kept my very own lane.
Yeah.
And I could do whatever the heck I wanted.
Yeah.
So when I'm in a zipper lane, I try to do the one car after another. And you know what? If someone tries to bully me out of the lane, you know what I just keep doing? I just keep driving forward.
Yeah.
Either you let me in or I'm just going to crash into you.
Yeah.
Just screw your car and screw your freaking ego. I'm getting in the lane one after the other. I'm making the zipper work.
And I don't get it.
Freaking
People will skip the whole zipper and then cross over and then be way behind you after you're in the freeway already.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I hate people who drive 65 miles per hour in the most left lane on the freeways.
Lane huggers.
And I understand 65 is the speed limit, but I don't understand is everyone knows in California the speed limit's not actually 65, everybody in California knows this because there's very few times, no matter if you're in the Bay Area or in SoCal, everybody does usually 70 to 80 miles an hour. Thing is now, you got idiots in the left lane who think that they own the damn road, and then they're doing 65 miles per hour in the left lane, and they're not moving no matter how many people pass them. That entitlement. That's what I'm talking about, guys. I have a right to be here if I'm doing 65 miles per hour because that's the speed limit. You ain't the cops, bitch. You ain't the cops. Let the cops pull me over and tell me I can't be doing 75 miles an hour.
You know, 65 miles an hour in the leftmost lane is on the top of my list as some of my favorite drivers. You know who are my most favorite drivers? The people in the carpool lane who like to do 50 and below. The carpool lane is made for people with more than one person on their car, so, you know, they get a faster flow of traffic.
Yeah.
It doesn't work when the semi next to you is driving quicker than you.
That's so true.
I feel like part of all of this is like a lot of people just don't know that left lane is passing.
Yeah, they don't get
Yeah.
that.
Like I had one of my friend's moms literally tell me like when we were like 14, 15, like we're about to get our driver's license, she was like, as soon as you get on the freeway, you want to go all the way left because that's where there's least movement of traffic. You stay out of danger that way. Like, dude.
Bro, same situation with me. Like one of my friend's mom, like my mom was driving with her, and she was driving, and she was doing like 60 or 65 in the left lane, right? And my mom's like, hey, why don't you go over like a lane or two if you're gonna do 65? You know, people are passing us pretty fast. And she's like, I'm doing speed limit. If they want to go fast, go around me. I can stay in this lane.
It doesn't
And my
work
mom's
like
just
that, bitch.
Oh.
See, this is the problem. Like, so many countries could operate with a 2-lane highway. But here, we have 10 lanes.
To do whatever you
And we
want.
don't know. Yeah, like, left lane could be the slowest traffic. Middle lane could be, I don't know, passing if you want it to be. Carpool lane could be, you could take a nap there if you want.
It
I don't
doesn't
know.
matter, yeah.
Like, heck.
It's that freaking mentality of like self-entitlement that I want my own lane. I want a lane with no cars for 10 miles in front of me and 10 miles behind me. That's what everybody's thinking when they're in these lanes. Because they're like, I want to be in the lane with the least amount of people. That's so stupid. Look at like Europe. I'm not even saying Germany because everyone knows Germany's perfect in terms of motorways. But look at even the entire Europe works the same way. Everybody knows the left lanes are passing, and a lot of those freeways aren't bigger than 2 or 3 lanes.
It's because they know they're educated on how to drive.
I hate this country. What?
Whoa.
I hate this country's freeway system.
Well, that leads me into one of mine. One of my biggest pet peeves is people that text and drive. And since moving to the Bay Area, I feel like there's a lot of like what I call tech trash.
Yeah,
and
I
those
agree
guys
with
are
that.
always on their fucking phones.
Yeah.
And because of that, they're like going, 50, 60 on the freeway, like looking up and down, more down than up.
And then they like accidentally creep into a lane for a little bit, then they come back when the dividers start making noises.
Yeah, and they start like just randomly tapping their brakes.
Yeah.
Because they're like freaking themselves out. Like, oh God. Some of this stuff, like especially that, makes me want to join the police force just to pull these fuckers over.
Seriously, dude. No, actually, you know what I do though? Like when I realize that somebody's actually like texting and driving and you can tell that their driving is shit, I pull up next to them, I honk my horn, and I make like the phone kind of like sign with my hand, and I'm like, hey, put it down. I like mouth it, I'm like, put it down. And they look at me like, what the fuck is happening? Am I about to get shot? Like, dude, they're hella scared. And the next thing you know, they put the phone down. I've done it like a few times and it actually works. Like,
I've actually yelled at someone out of my window before. It's so fucking frustrating because they almost hit me. And I was like, okay, not this. Pulled up next to him and screamed at him.
Yeah, dude. I don't mind at all telling people who like on their phones while they're driving that go fuck off.
Yeah, fuck yourself.
I feel like if I was a cop, I'd crash my car because I'd be looking into everyone's windows, seeing who's texting and driving.
And the worst part is these people are not good drivers. I mean, even if you're a good driver, you shouldn't be texting and driving, in general. But the fact is, you're also a bad driver. Your hand-eye coordination is dog shit. You can't even, you brake every 2 seconds for no reason, not only when you're texting and driving. You think the left lane is your lane, and you think 55 miles per hour is a reasonable speed to be going on the freeway. That's the kind of person who texts and drives.
My favorite story of texting and driving has to be when I was like sitting behind this guy at an intersection. He like jerks forward because he thinks the lights turned green, but then brakes Because it's like, oh, the light's not green. I need
Yeah.
to stop.
Yeah.
He does it again. And then the light turns green. And he doesn't go. Because he's on his freaking phone. Thinking, this guy's probably learned his lesson. Pay attention, right?
Uh-huh.
We stop at the next light. The
Same
light
thing.
turns green. He doesn't go because he's freaking on his phone. I don't understand this, okay? I don't, how when the law passed that we can't be talking on our phones while driving?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were like, oh, yeah, let's not talk on our phones while driving. I won't do that because that's dangerous. You know what's safer?
Texting.
Let's text. Let's
Yeah.
look at the screen. Let's look down and try to type words because
Yeah.
that's better.
Yeah.
That's safer.
I also, there's a certain type of driver that I don't like sitting with. Like if it's a friend driving or somebody, it's the nervous driver. The nervous drivers, the ones that are like not even sure about their own skill.
Very
And-
undecisive.
Yeah, they want to change lanes. Like when you change lanes, you kind of glance over, check your blind spot. You look in your rearview mirror. You kind of have an understanding, right? Because you guys are good drivers, so you have an understanding of what's around you. You don't have to be going crazy and changing lanes. I know this one guy. Whenever he changes lanes, I swear to God, he pretty much stares at the back passenger in his eye. Like, he turns around that far to look at his blind spot. I'm like, dog, you don't need to be turning around like a goddamn owl to be checking if there's somebody... You're not even checking your blind spot at that point. You're checking if there's somebody behind you. Which is a rearview mirror for.
You're checking, is someone in my back seat?
Like, I swear, and I started noticing this when, I was sitting in the back seat of his car. Whenever he would change lanes, it looked as if he was turning back to look at me. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm checking my blind spot. I'm like, you're not checking your blind spot. You're literally looking back at me. And I'm sitting in the middle seat in the back.
And then, he tell or rear end someone.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's not safe. But see, that's an example of a nervous driver. Another thing that, nervous drivers do is they signal a lot, unnecessarily. I live in a cul-de-sac. This guy signals when he's leaving my cul-de-sac, which is completely unnecessary. You don't need to signal in a cul-de-sac. It's a circle. There's not much you can do here.
Just because of muscle memory, I sometimes signal at the stupidest times.
Really?
Yeah, there's a left turn. It's not like a intersection. It's like in a neighborhood, the road goes left.
Yeah.
When I'm turning, my hand just kind of swipes the turn signal. I'm like, why am I doing that? There's nowhere else to go except into a tree. But
But the biggest thing about these nervous drivers is they're very, very, very critical of everybody else driving. all the other people on the road, all the other people, they'll be driving and literally nothing's happening. You're on a 3-lane freeway, right? And he's in the middle lane. Somebody passes him on the left. He'll be like, yo, what the hell is this guy doing, dude? Holy shit. I'm like, what happened? He's like, dude, this guy just passed me going 75. I'm like, bro, you okay? That guy's just passing you. Nothing happened here, bro.
Yeah, you're fine. Calm down.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you go into a little busier part of town or maybe a city and somebody's taking a left turn or something. Yo, what is this guy doing? Holy crap. I'm like, bro, relax. Dude's just making a turn. You'll be okay. Overcritical and thinking everybody else is a complete idiot, which is the way I drive. But I know that everyone else is an idiot. This guy, he is the idiot. But he thinks everyone else is an idiot. And that's just because, they're not confident in their own skills of driving. They're very nervous the whole time.
I wanted to ask you this, though.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever sat in the car with one of these people while you're driving?
I don't think that's that bad.
They're usually pretty quiet in my experience.
Yeah. Because especially with me, if I get really pissed if somebody tells me something that is completely unnecessary. So unless I haven't sat with them before... or they haven't sat with me before, they know not to open their damn mouth.
Because I know of people who, are not driving. I am driving.
Yeah.
I'm going to brake. I see with my eyes that there's a car in front of me and it's stopping. So I'm starting to brake. And, these people are like, whoa, watch out. And at that point, dude, you doing that startles me.
Yeah.
And makes me more likely to get into an accident.
Sounds like driving with my mom.
Whoa, watch out, watch out.
I got one that kind of ties into parts like nervous drivers thing. Well, here it's like a 2-part thing. But ghost braking and people that do gas brake, gas brake, gas brake.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
Is ghost braking like where you just like on the brake but you're still moving forward?
Yeah, you're not like actually like trying to stop. You just like tap the brake so the light comes on and then it confuses the shit out of you.
I thought you were talking about the people that like drive along with their brake light on.
Oh, no. It's like when you're going, there's no one in front of you, but you like give the brake a little tap, little tap, little tap.
Yeah. Those guys are
That
doing
shit.
for sure.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, man.
They're Morse coding a message to the car behind.
No, I don't think so, dude.
I think
They've
they're
got
dumb.
something to say. They're spies.
Well, you know what ties in with that kind of pisses me off, Andrew? You know what the fantastic feeling is when you're flying through lights and they're all green. Fantastic, right? But there's always people that when they're coming up to a green light and it's been green for a very long time, they'll hit the brake at the green light, assuming that it's going to turn red. When it's freaking green, you know?
I've never experienced that.
My cousin does that. He kind of like slows down a bit before intersections. And the reason why is, okay, he grew up driving in Taiwan. In the States, we have a certain amount of trust for when the light is green, that means the other lights are red. That means no one will hit you.
Yeah.
You're free to go. But growing up driving in Taiwan, he was like, yeah, no, going through every intersection, I had the slight feeling that there was always a chance I would get hit by an oncoming car.
What the?
Well, I think of it this way. In this country, if they hit me, I die, well, somebody's getting paid.
Yeah. Easy way out of student loans.
There you go. United States of America, the land of lawsuits.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, there's another one that just gets me real annoyed because where I live, we have this kind of main street here, a lot of like businesses and like restaurants and stuff along it, right? And some of them, like those entries into the street, there's no like lights there. You just kind of make a right turn or wait and then left turn across the lanes, right? That's fine, that's fantastic. But what I hate is when motherfuckers, like I'm going down the street and a dude makes a right turn in front of me when I'm doing about 45, 50 miles an hour, cuts me off, and then the best part is you could have literally waited until I passed you because there was nobody else coming. Because I would look back, I'd be like, how many cars are behind me? Most of the time there's nobody damn behind me. So, he could have waited till I passed and then had his sweet time to enter. No. He has to enter right before me. And then instead of, okay, yeah, man, I kind of cut this guy off and let me accelerate a little bit. I will continue to accelerate very slowly to about 30 miles an hour. And then,
I love those people.
Oh, my
Yes.
God. Dude, I get up
people.
right in their butt and I honk my horn for at least 2 blocks. Like, I don't let off. I don't let off.
But like, you were talking about pulling out of like shopping centers and whatnot, right? Here's one thing I hate. People who feel the need to slow down about 40 miles ahead of a shopping center.
Yeah.
And like not pull into like the shoulder or the right lane or whatnot.
Yeah.
Just stay in the lane 40 miles away from your destination. Like, I'm going to start braking now.
Yeah. Oh,
This
yeah,
is it.
dude. Or for the same thing, for like a left turn, and if there's a dedicated like left turn lane,
Oh, yeah.
they start braking before the left turn lane even shows up, and then they enter. Instead of entering the left turn lane, then braking.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh,
Speaking of left turns, I also love the people who like make the left turns and I don't know why slow down almost to a halt in the middle of the left turn.
Yeah, as if they're turning a 740 fucking 7.
Why? Yeah, right? It's like it's as if your car's not gonna roll over. It's fine.
God,
It's
dude.
fine.
I feel like that's genuinely what people assume, like their car is going to roll over. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
you paid so much money. People engineered this thing.
Yeah,
It's not going to roll
dude,
over.
Andrew's so right. It's usually these motherfuckers with brand new, nice ass cars. They're driving like dipshits,
Everyone thinks they're driving a Mercedes Sprinter or something,
or like an 18-wheeler, or talking about 747s. The shit that pisses me off, especially you got me going to a different pitch tone now. When you're at a busy ass parking lot and you need to find parking, and some guy's pulling out, I bet I'll wait for you to leave, right? And this dude is doing pre-flight checks and freaking flight planning to go down the damn street, and then he reverses like as if he's getting pushed back and pushing back at 740. I've seen 747s get pushed back faster than some of these idiots in Priuses pushed back out of a goddamn parking spot. How is that possible?
That, like, on top of that, too, it's like when they back up and they're like 5 feet away from the nearest car and they have to like pull forward and make like a 12-point turn out of their spot.
Yeah. As if they're going to hit them. You're like, you literally can park a building between the gap you have.
I had that happen once at a shopping center, okay? This guy pulls out, he's in like, I think it's like an E63 AMG Cabriolet or something.
Okay.
One of those convertible Merc AMG things.
Well, he fucked up when he bought the cab, but okay.
He backed up and like needed to do the 12-point turn you were talking about, even though he had like 5,000 feet ahead of him. He decided to do that, and then he decided to like rev his engine while he was in the parking lot. Like, look at me!
Wow.
Look at me in this car! And I'm like, bro, the way you just drove, no one. You don't want people to look at you.
People are looking at you already.
Yeah, exactly. You want to leave as quick as possible.
He probably didn't realize it was a neutral or some shit. The biggest problem on the street is just people are dumbasses. Going back to one of our earlier episodes, Jeff, it's all the DMV's fault. It's
Right,
all
I was just about to
fault.
say that. I was like, people or the government needs to make it harder to get a license in this country.
Seriously, they really do.
It's so easy. They don't even do a highway test.
There's no highway test. I don't even think there's a parallel parking test. And you know how many people I know that are actually very afraid to do parallel parking?
Yeah, it's crazy. You just get someone that drove around the block and they're like, all right, here you go.
Yeah, looks like you could drive.
Yeah, get on the freeway.
And you know what's fantastic? When the California DMV asks you questions about icy conditions, go fuck yourself. Why don't you actually ask a question that's relevant to the state you're in? What the shit am I gonna... What is that guy gonna do with that information? Why don't you put on the test the left lanes for passing instead of that ice question, bro? Biggest fraud in this country is the DMV.
Gotta be like, what country was it in, like Finland, when you have to learn how to like
360
slide?
handbrake turn.
Now that's a driving test.
Yeah. Well, before you guys hop into the next segment, I gotta bounce.
Andrew
I got,
has to leave.
yeah, some just came out, so sorry.
All right, it's okay. It was good to discuss these infuriating topics.
Fuck
Yes.
the DMV.
That mainly.
And with that being said, let us go to our sponsored break.
Bye, Andrew.
Bye.
All right, welcome to our sponsored break.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Who is our sponsor?
I forgot.
Okay, good.
No, I got
All
it.
right.
Our sponsor. I was looking for the notes. I still don't have it memorized. Actually, it's kind of sad, and I'm the one that says it the most. But our sponsor this week is Sapien. Again, thank you, Sapien. Sapien is a blockchain-based social network that rewards users for high-quality content with cryptocurrency. And you guys can sign up today if you want to check them out at www.sapien.network to start earning today. Thank you again, Sapien, for the support. We appreciate it. Long time, man.
Yes. And also, as always, our show is sponsored by ourselves.
Bob!
You could
Oh, yes, ourselves. I was just trying to make it fun.
good. So fun. So much fun was had right now. Anyways, you can check us out at thecurbsidepodcast.com. You could get a link to where you could listen and all our socials there and stuff and things. And if you want to support our show and sponsor us, you can email us at thecurbsidepodcast@gmail.com.
Hell yeah. Should we go to the news?
Yeah, let's get back to the show.
Now that we got you loose, oh, I can hear the birds waking early to saying that it's not.
All right, the news.
Well, Jeff, it's a sad day for the enthusiasts down in the Oz. You heard
Oz.
about Australia, bro.
Oh, I thought you meant where, like,
No, not Wizard of Oz, bro.
Yeah, where Dorothy lives.
No. So, big news from Australia. GM has decided to pull out of Australia and New Zealand, and basically that means the Holden brand is dead.
Bruh.
Yeah, man.
But the Holdens were so good.
Holden was basically the last remaining thing of Pontiac.
Yeah. No, well, Holden was basically the backbone for like a bunch of great cars, like the Pontiac GTO, the backbone for the Chevy SS, the backbone for Europe the Vauxhall VXR 8 thing. They had the Maloo, the Ute.
Yeah.
Those things are awesome. Like, I don't get it. Okay, so this news has me on a thing with, why does GM keep killing off their most interesting brands?
Well, the news article here kind of gives a reason why. It says GM has been focusing its efforts recently on electrification, which means electric vehicles. They want to spend, last month and announced it would be spending $3 billion investment for production of various electric cars and an autonomous car that they want to develop. And another thing, Holden has been decreasing in sales, so GM just decided to pull the plug on it.
Well, that's because GM's not trying, okay? They killed off Pontiac.
Yes.
They killed off Saab.
Yes.
They killed off Saturn, which is...
Yeah,
now they kill off Holden. They killed off Hummer. But, they're like, let's keep Buick. Right? I don't understand. You have Pontiac, Saab, Holden. Let's keep Buick. That's the one we want.
At the same time, this is also in Australia. It doesn't really affect my life too much. It's
No,
sad.
but then you don't get like the Pontiac GTO. You don't get the Chevy SS anymore.
Well, I mean, we don't get that anyway. It's dead.
Well, those were good cars though.
Yeah, it's sad. All right, next piece of news is a piece. I just love the headline. So there's a headline. What are those huge ATVs handing out Kanye West Yeezy QNTM shoes? Have you seen the Sherp ATV, Jeff?
Yes.
So
That thing is a monster.
It's hilarious, right? So
Yeah.
the Sherp ATV was seen on Jay Leno's show, Jay Leno's Garage, and it was also seen in Kanye West's music video for Follow God. It's a little boxy thing. If you guys haven't seen a photo of it, I'd say go check it out. Called the Sherp ATV. It's 11 inches taller than the Mercedes-Benz G500. It's 99 inches wide. It can climb a 35-degree angle, has 23 inches of ground clearance, and is powered by a 4-cylinder, 44-horsepower diesel that can give you 24.5 miles per hour max speed on ground and maximum of 3.7 miles per hour on the water. This thing can float.
It's fantastic.
It looks amazing. So on the 14th, these freaking ATVs were seen around the streets of Chicago just mobbing around together, and everyone's like, what the hell is happening? So apparently, like, this is part of like Kanye West's brand thing. So he bought a bunch of these freaking Sherps, and then he had like people drive him around, and they were handing out his brand new Yeezy QNTM shoes like a few days before they went on sale. Like, they would just drive down the street, pull up next to somebody, be like, here you go, bro, you want these shoes? People in Chicago had a fantastic time with this. Yeah, there were people taking videos, people were taking photos, and it's pretty cool. I think it's kind of a interesting marketing strategy. You definitely catch attention with that in the streets of Chicago.
Kanye. He's just nuts in the most fabulous ways.
Yeah, like, it's fantastic. Like, this is great, you know?
So, in other news, Toyota has updated its Supras for the 2021 model year.
I saw that.
Big news is they have a new 2-liter inline turbo 4. It's going to be putting out 255 horsepower and 295 pounds-feet of torque. It weighs a bit less. Normal one weighs about 3,397 pounds-ish. The 4-cylinder will weigh 3,181 pounds, so it will be lighter. But what do you think about having a 4-cylinder Toyota Supra?
It's got BMW written all over it.
Yeah.
That's such a BMW thing. Like, you know how they do the 330 and the 340? It's literally the same car with a different engine, just so you can say I have a Supra, But if you really wanted a Supra, you'd get the one that has the 6-cylinder.
I wonder how much this thing will cost. I'm not sure we have news on pricing yet, but like I don't like the idea of a Supra having a 4-cylinder. It makes it more like
that's BMW. That's 100% just BMW. Like that, it stinks of BMW.
it makes it feel a lot more like, I don't know, Miata territory.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that. It's basically just to give people an option to buy a cheaper car if they just want to buy a Supra for the name of, I have a Supra.
Well, I mean, there is some good news in terms of this new Supra. They're upping the horsepower of the new 6-cylinder. So instead of putting out the 335, I think it was rated at, it's going to be putting out 382 horsepower.
Which we know is a lie, so it's going to be more like 410.
Exactly, like we were saying.
Yeah. So
it's
that's
a BMW
fantastic,
engine.
though.
They probably lie because the 335 was doing 340 to the wheels or something. So it's a 47 horsepower increase over the original 6-cylinder, and it's only 3 pounds heavier.
Dude, dude, I already know what they did, dude. So when the original M2 came out, it had that amount of horsepower, right? Then they bumped it up, and now the M2 has 382 horsepower. It's the same fucking engine. They just tuned it a little different. I bet you, dude. It's such a BMW thing. Like it's such a it is classic BMW. Like this is not even a Toyota. It should be the BMW Supra.
The BMW that looks like a Toyota Supra.
There you go, dude. In other news, Jeff, I just found some fun news today because I didn't really find any like newsworthy news, you know, unless you wanted me to talk about a Kia.
No, we're good. We're good on that. We can do without that.
I thought it would just be better to talk about some things that are fun. Not fun for these few young folks out in Boston, though. So, headline reads, Boston kids steal 2 Lamborghinis from dealership.
Two kids? Wait,
So-
what? So, hold on. How did this go down?
So, apparently, kids, juveniles, they were like in they did not have a driver's license. They were not of the age of getting a driver's license. They were like 13, 14 years old. At around 3 a.m. on Monday, on February 17th, apparently police officers from the Wayland Police Department, which is just outside Boston, reported to a burglar alarm at Lamborghini of Boston. And before the cop even got to the dealership, he knew some shit was up. Because standing at the light, side by side, at 3 in the morning, was a yellow and a white Urus sitting next to a Cruise. A Chevy Cruise.
What the heck?
And the cop was like, people with a Urus don't really know anybody who drives a Chevy Cruise. So he decides to light up all 3 of them. And I guess only one of them stopped, and then the 2 guys in the Lamborghinis took off. They didn't get far. Of course, the cars were damaged. They did wreck it a little bit, and the funny part was, they said here, we're guessing the plan went no further than steal the cars and drive to Malden, someplace in Boston, I guess.
Yeah.
But because they missed some much tastier hardware right there at that very dealership, they may have stolen 2 Uruses, but they whiffed on the 918 Spider.
What the heck? This is why you need to know cars. So you know what to steal from a Lamborghini dealership.
These guys, I'm pretty sure they didn't know shit about cars, dude. They're probably like young kids listening to rap music and, following social media like, oh shit, Lamborghini Urus is the new thing. I want to be cool, And they just decided to steal the Urus, and they're like, no idea that this 918 is just sitting there, or they have no idea what that 918 actually means. Interesting news out of Boston, from Boston to Lamborghini, or what? Boston of Lamborghini, Jeff. Lamborghini of Boston. And I got another. Well, actually, this is my one piece of real news. So earlier this week, a Porsche Taycan caught fire in a Florida home. And burnt the shit out of his garage, and the car is destroyed. No idea what happened. Obviously, it made headlines because Porsche's new EV. That's fine. I understand that. It's new tech, new technology. Everybody wants to know what happened. Is it the owner's fault? Is there some manufacturing defect? What's going on? Whole EV thing, right? But apparently, there's a small but very vocal portion of Tesla drivers and Tesla, I'll say, fanboys, who are very upset that this incident does not receive the same amount of press as a Tesla. would have catching on fire.
Of course
they were very mad about that.
That's what they think, because all they follow is Tesla news. That's all they're gonna see. There's like, oh, it's all over the news. No, that's the only news you follow, dude.
There's a quote, and it says, "They feel Tesla has been treated unfairly by the press for ongoing coverage of fires in those vehicles."
You say one thing bad about Tesla, they'll be, Tesla's being treated unfairly by the press.
And these are the same people that one Taycan catches on fire, and they're like, "It's not being represented in the media." It's like, shut your ass up.
So annoying. Branching off of that, though, MKBHD on YouTube, he's a big YouTube tech reviewer, if you guys don't know. He did an interview, a sit-down interview with Bill Gates, and they covered a bunch of topics. And one of the things they were covering was the electric car.
Okay.
And Bill Gates said that Tesla has indeed paved the way for the electric car. But the first electric car he's going to buy is the Porsche Taycan.
Hell yeah.
He's got the money. He do what he want to do, you know?
Yeah.
Someone decided to be like, oh, hey, Elon Musk, Bill Gates says he's going to buy a Taycan, not a Tesla. What do you think about that? And Elon Musk was like, the conversations I've had with Bill Gates have been very underwhelming. Someone's butt hurt.
The conversations he's had with Bill Gates have been underwhelming. He asked him, what does he think about Taycan, or him buying a Taycan? And he responds that the conversations I've had with him have been underwhelming. Butt hurt.
Yeah. Basically, he was like, oh, he's not buying my car. I am personally offended, so I am going to attack Bill Gates' person.
He's not talking to me at recess. He's not my friend. He was a meanie anyway. What a child. Elon Musk is a child. He's a child. Everybody buys a Tesla as a child. Just little brains haven't developed yet.
I want a Tesla.
Fuck you.
And with that being said, that is our show for this week, guys.
Yeah.
As always, guys, we really appreciate those of you who listen and listen to our very strong opinions on very not important topics.
I don't have strong opinions. What are you talking about?
But yeah, if you guys, would enjoy the show, please go and, share it with everyone you think would also enjoy it.
Or people who won't enjoy it, send it to them too. Who the shit cares?
Yeah, you know what? Anything. Any publicity is good publicity, kind of. Not real. I don't know. Anyways, if you guys want to listen to us, you can check us out at thecurbsidepodcast.com. There's going to be a link there to our Libsyn page, which gives you the link to all our other platforms we're on: Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, and Spotify.
And check us out on our socials too. Twitter is at the Curbside Pod, Instagram at the Curbside Podcast, and we have a Facebook page too. Just check us out on the Libsyn, take you to the Facebook page, take you to the Instagram and the Twitter as well. Everything's there.
And then also we do have a YouTube channel. Go look us up there. Go subscribe, hit the bell notification. We have some video ideas that we would like to put out soon.
Let's just say we're going to be having an in-person collaboration pretty soon coming up.
Yeah, so look forward to that.
And wanted to say a quick thank you to Kid Dope for the intro and outro to our show. Wild Cars. What is it? Shit. What is it? Fast Cars and Wild Hearts?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's Fast Cars.
Wild Cars and Fast Hearts, dude. They're
Fast
going to the
Cars.
hospital for that one is what's going on there.
Fast Hearts, dude. I meant to say for, Fast Cars and Wild Hearts. Thank you for that one. I butchered the shit out of it, but thank you. Fast Hearts, bro. That's not good. That's not safe.
Yep, and with our Fast Hearts, as always, my name is Jeff.
And I'm Parth.
Remember, drive safe and drive good.
Don't be a dumbass.
And life is too short to drive boring cars.
Bye.
Fast cars and wild